Okay, next topic, trigger context variables. All right, let's have a look at this one. Context variables allow developers to access runtime context of any trigger, right? So if you want to get the values from the trigger, and I mean, yeah, if you want to get the values from the trigger, then in that case, you'll have to use trigger context variables. I'll explain it to you with examples, right? So I'm just gonna go to my code. So I've written down a trigger over here, which is a before insert trigger, and the context variable that I'm going to use is trigger.new. So the first context variable is trigger.new. Listen to me what trigger.new does, or what trigger.new returns to us. So this returns to us the list of records on which we are trying to execute the DML operation, or on which, or the records which we are trying to insert, or which we are trying to update, or which we are trying to delete, or which we are trying to undelete, right? So if you want to access the record which initiated the execution of the trigger, then in that case you're going to use a context variable which is called as trigger.new. And trigger.new is basically a list of S object, nothing else, which stores the reference of the records which initiated the database operation, or which initiated the execution of that particular trigger. That's it. Now let me tell you why it is going to give you a list rather than a single record. So if I'm going to insert a single record, in this list we are going to have only one S object, right? So if I'm going to create a new record called as Disney, in that case we're going to have an only single S object into this particular list. But what if I import the records, right? What if I import 100 records at the same time? What if I insert the records using code? So in that case, this list will have all the records because of which the execution of this database operation triggered or got initiated, or execution of those triggers got initiated. So if there are 5 records that I want to create, Disney 1, Disney 2, Disney 3, Disney 4, Disney 5. So this trigger.new will have all those 5 records. Disney 1 over here, Disney 2 over here, Disney 3 over here, Disney 4 over here, Disney 5 over here, right? So trigger.new is basically a context variable which returns the list of the S object which initiated the execution of the trigger, or which initiated this particular database operation. Is it clear to everyone? Okay, let's have a look at this particular program to understand it in a bit further. To understand this bit further, right? So over here I've written down a code for trigger.new. Just ignore this one, right? So whenever a record is getting inserted, right? So I want to access that record. How I'm going to do that? So this will always return a list, right? If I'm going to write down trigger.new 0, then it will return the first record of that particular list, and I'm going to store it into account A. And then I can update its value like, let's say 1250. I'm gonna save this. So it's a trigger, right? Apex trigger 4 is a trigger, and let's execute this trigger, right? How I'm gonna execute it? By making it active first. So I'm gonna go to Apex trigger 4, I'm gonna edit it, and I'm gonna make it active. Is active, and then I'm gonna save it. Saved. Okay. Now let me insert a particular record, right? Account. I'm gonna go to new. Let's switch to Lightning Experience so that you guys do not get confused. And there's no point for confusion, but still. So I'm trying to create a new account. Account's name is like, let's say, right? And number of employees is what? Employees 0, null. I'm gonna save this. After saving this, let's have a look. What is the value of number of employees on this Wonderland? 1250. So it got executed. No problem with this. Okay. But there is a problem with this code. Can you tell me what it is? Exactly. So currently I'm creating the records manually, and manually I can create only one record at a time, right? That's what it is. But whenever I'll try to create more than one record using the import operation or with the help of code, then in that case, this will only update the number of employees value for the first record, not for all the records, right? So that's a problem. So in that case, what do I need to do? I should do this for every record. So this is what we call as bulky fight, right? I'm going to explain you this bulky fight concept later on as well. So instead of updating this number of employees field value onto the first one, I'm going to execute it for every record that comes into this particular trigger. And how I'm going to do that with the help of for each loop. So I'm going to make it 1250. That's what it is. Make sense? Everyone? So that's how your triggers work, or that's how your triggers execute. I hope it makes sense to everyone. Yeah? Let's make it inactive again. I'm making it inactive again and again because I don't want it to be executed. Later when I'll explain other programs to you. It's inactive, already inactive. Maybe. Yeah? So that's about the first context variable that we understood, which is trigger dot new.